Good morning, dear students. Let's continue with Standard 7th History, Chapter 3, the Delhi Sultans. So, children, today we are going to study. We will continue with page number 40. So, the Mongols. Now, children, who were the Mongols? One, they have come from Mongolia. Okay. So, this Mongol under Genghis Khan invaded uh, Transonia. Okay, this place Transonia, it was in northeast India in 1219, and the Delhi Sultanate faced their onslaught soon after. So, this Mongol under Genghis Khan attacked this Transonia, which was in northeast Iran, and then attacked Delhi Sultanate, children. So, Mongol attack on Delhi Sultanate increased during the reign of Alauddin Khalji and in early years of Muhammad Tughlaq rule. So, this Mongol attack Delhi when these rulers were ruling. These forced the two rulers to mobilize a large standing army in Delhi, which posed a huge administrative challenge. Let us see how the two sultans dealt with this. So, these Mongol have attacked Delhi when these two rulers were ruling in different time, children. Okay, different period of time. So, we will see how this two sultan has had administrative challenge and how they have dealt. Okay, we will see in the next page here. So here the comparison of two Sultan of Delhi is given. So one was Alauddin Khalji, okay, and the second was Muhammad Tughlaq. So here we can see about Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq. So Delhi was attacked twice in 1299 till 1300 and 1302 till 1303 as a defensive measures. Alauddin Khalji raised a large standing army. So what Delhi was attacked twice, children. Okay, Delhi was attacked twice, okay, in this year, and defensive measure means, children, to protect or to guard the place. So what measures were taken? That is called defensive measures. So Alauddin Khalji took defensive measure, that is protecting or guarding their place Delhi, okay, the kingdom, and he raised a large standing army, and to protect his kingdom he has raised a large army, children. Then we will see about Muhammad Tughlaq. So now what he has done, Muhammad Tughlaq? So the Sultan was attacked in early years of, the Sultanate. Here we will see the Sultanate was attacked in early years of Muhammad Tughlaq reign. So when Muhammad Tughlaq was ruling the place Delhi, so it was attacked by the Mongol army and was defeated. The Mongol was defeated. So Mongol army was defeated, and Muhammad Tughlaq was confident. He was very confident about the strength of his army and his resources to plan an attack on Transoxiana. Okay, so this Transoxiana was a place we have seen in page number 40. We have seen Transoxiana was a place in northeast Iran. So this Mongol has taken this place under them. Okay, they have invaded this place. So now this Muhammad Tughlaq wanted to attack this place and take over this place. So he was raising a large army, and he was very confident, children, and he was knowing about the strength of his army. He was having very powerful army. So he was planning to attack this place in northeast Iran. And he therefore raised a large standing army, and to attack this place, he raised a large army. So then we come to the next point. Here Alauddin constructed a new garrison town named Siri for his soldiers. So children, we have seen what is garrison town. Garrison town is a fortified place where soldiers were kept. So Alauddin has constructed a new garrison town, a place named Siri, to keep his soldiers. And let's see what Tughlaq has done. So rather than constructing a new garrison town, the oldest of the four cities of Delhi-e-Khuna, was emptied and its residents emptied of its residents, means this place, this city place, Delhi-e-Khuna, this place was Kuhana was emptied by the residents. All the people were sent to different place, and the soldiers garrisoned there, and the soldiers were kept in this place, children. So the residents of the old city were sent to, the people of that city were sent to new capital, that was Daulatabad in south. So that place was empty and he kept the soldiers there. Then we see next. Third comparison is the soldier has to be fed. This was done through the produce collected as tax from lands between Ganga and Yamuna. Tax was fixed at 50% of the peasants' yield. So whatever tax was collected, children, between Ganga and Yamuna, so here the tax between Ganga and Yamuna, 50% of tax of farmers' yield, means farmers' growth, whatever they were growing. So 50% of that was given as a tax, and that money was used to feed the soldiers. Okay, now let's see what Tughlaq was doing to feed the army. So what Tughlaq has done? Produce from same area was collected. Same area means same area between Ganga and Yamuna, because that was a fertile land, children. So same area, the tax was collected from the same area to feed the army. But to meet the expenses of maintaining such a large number of soldiers, the Sultan levied additional taxes. This coincided with famine in the area. So now what happened, children? Because we have seen in this first also, he was having very powerful army and a large standing army he was having. Very big army. So to take care of this many people, this many soldiers, he needed more money. So he wanted to collect more tax. So what he did, levied means additional taxes, means he asked the farmers to give additional tax to him. So he can maintain the soldiers, and the tax was increased, children. Plus what happened, there was famine. Akal pad gaya tha, famine in the area. So because of that, akal means no growth of, there is no water, no growth of crops. So how the farmers will give him money? So the farmers were very much in trouble during this Tughlaq's reign. Next we will see the fourth comparison. The soldier had to be paid, so Alauddin chose to pay his soldiers salary in cash rather than iktas. So we have seen what was iktas. Iktas was the land given to the soldiers or uh, uh, the head. Okay, but the land was here. The salary was not given as a land. Okay, the salary was given in cash. Okay, rather than giving in land, the salary were paid in cash. The soldier would buy their supplies from the merchant in Delhi, and it was thus feared that merchant would raise their price. So there was one fear that the soldier will buy the whatever supplies, the goods they need from the merchant, and the merchant will, what they will do, they raise the money of those things. To stop this, okay, so Alauddin, what he did, controlled the price of good in Delhi. He controlled means he fixed the price of, he fixed the amount of everything, so that any merchant should not take extra money from these soldiers. So price were carefully surveyed by officers, and merchants who did not sell at the prescribed rates were punished. So a amount was fixed, children, and those merchants who are taking extra money, they were punished by the king, Sultan. So then we will see about Tughlaq, how he paid the soldiers. So here Muhammad Tughlaq also paid his soldier in cash. Salary was given in cash. Okay, children, and salary was given in cash. But instead of controlling price, he used a token currency. So instead of controlling price, what he did, he made a currency, children, token currency, somewhat like present day paper currency. How we have paper currency, like that currency he started making, but made out of cheap metal, not gold and silver. So he made some coins, some currencies, but he used what, cheap metal he used, not, he did not use gold or silver to make those currencies. People in the 14th century did not trust these coins. They were very smart. They saved their gold and silver coin and paid all the taxes to the state with their token currency. So in 14th century, people were very smart, children. So what they did not give the gold and silver coin as a tax. They started giving this token currency, which was the cheap metal currency, okay, as taxes to the king. So these cheap currency could not be this cheap currency could also be counterfeited easily. Counterfeited means duplicated. So it was made of cheap metal, so anybody could duplicate it and uh, use it as a currency during those time. So we will see the last. Then Alauddin's administrative measures were quite successful, and chronicle praise his reign for his cheap price. Okay, so the administration was Alauddin administration measure was quite successful. So all the chroniclers, those who write history, they praised the rule of Alauddin. They said that he was very efficient. He was very efficient because he gave everything, the goods he supplied in the market was in cheap rate during his rule, and he successfully withstand the threat of Mongol invasion. And even there was a success that he did not let Mongol attack Delhi during his reign, Alauddin reign. And then we see the last paragraph about Muhammad Tughlaq administrative measures, so were a failure. Muhammad Tughlaq administrative measures were failure. His campaign into Kashmir was a disaster. So he failed, children. Okay, he marched to capture Kashmir, but he failed to capture it. He then gave up his plan to invade Transoxiana. So he wanted, in first paragraph we have studied that he wanted to conquer this place, attack this place, but then he gave up this plan of attacking this place in Iran, children, and disbanded his large army. And disbanded means he scattered or stopped taking care of his army. He was having a large army and he has stopped taking care of his large army. And then meanwhile his administrative measures created complications, and there were lot of complication in his administrative measures, because we have seen here he has raised the taxes. Okay, the taxes was here we have seen he has levied additional taxes to the farmers, and because of that the people were not happy with his administration. So the shifting of people to Daulatabad was resented. So the people were shifted to Daulatabad, and we have seen here. Okay, and soldiers were given the place. So the people started coming back to their own place, from Daulatabad. So the raising of taxes and famine in the Ganga Yamuna belt led to widespread rebellion. So people started rebelling because because of the raise of taxes. The taxes was raised, and because of the famine also, they started rebelling, and finally the token currency had to be recalled. So even the token currency had to be recollected, children. So this is how we have seen the administrative challenge of this both the Sultan, Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq.